Hey Dunchbags, what's going on? It's Landon Remixes here, and welcome to my review of the debut EP from formerly the Eden Project. He is now called Eden. This one's called End Credits, and I am so hyped, or I was at least, to hear this full EP after I had given the Eden Project's Bipolar Paradise a solid 10. It's the only thing I've actually given a 10 out of 10 on my channel, and this EP follows up very well. There are a few picks with it, but other than that, I really did like this one, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it right now. The EP kicks off, not really with a kick, but with a slow kind of ambient intro, 0209. And this basically serves as the intro to the track End Credits, which is one of the best, or it's the title track, and it is one of the best tracks on the EP, showing off a lot of diversity, sampling, and things like that. I'm just going to try to get my picks out of the way really quick. The first single from this EP, Nocturne, kind of rips off the style where he went with the Eden Project's Drowning. I feel like it's a new and evolved version of that track. I want to love it, but I can't just because it sounds a little bit too similar to that, and I think he kind of hyped this EP around this fact that this is a completely different style than the Eden Project, but then he just kind of evolves that track into this track, which I wasn't too crazy about that thought. This one might have been able to been taken out of the EP since Bipolar Paradise was 5 tracks, this one is 7, including the stellar hidden track at the end, Catch Me If You Can. But I think it does have its place in the EP, and I don't dislike it, I just dislike the fact that it sounds like Drowning. When, although I did love Drowning, I just don't want to hear it again, or just in a new version anyway. Speaking of that, Eden also reuses some samples on this EP that was in Bipolar Paradise, and I don't know if he ran out or if he was trying to do that on purpose, but overall those are the major picks I have about this EP. Other than that, this thing is a work of art, and I'm not stressing anything other than that when I say it. I'm not going to be able to end up giving this one a perfect rating in the end because of those small picks I have, so you can probably see where I'm going with the rating number that I'm going to give it. But it is very good, and it's free, and you should definitely go download it right now. Don't even bother listening to this review. Just go. I'm going to put this in the put the link in the description below. But go and download this EP right now. Don't even bother. I mean, you can if you want to. You can listen to this review, but just go and listen to it. Do yourself a favor. It's definitely a great EP. Eden features Leah Kelly on the track End Credits. Her as a duet, this definitely works, and with the experimental side that Eden uses, he seems to have gone a whole nother level on a producer and as a vocalist with this EP from where Bipolar Paradise went. Like I said, if this thing just would have fixed those tiny picks I had with it, then it would have been a perfect EP. But because, even though I think his style has evolved greatly from his last EP, and maybe even better, he kind of steps away from electronic music with this EP and gets into a little bit more of an alternative experimental side. This EP somehow doesn't manage to pull off perfection quite, but it's very close, which I would like to give it a solid 10, but I can't. Tracks like Gravity and Nocturne are very undrop centric and don't really try to pull in that, and most of this EP actually doesn't center around any kind of drop, and that, although I did like that with the last EP, it definitely pulls off well with this one. One of my favorites on the EP is the interlude between Nocturne and Wake Up. The track is kind of split in half, or maybe into even thirds. It kind of starts off with this piano intro that kind of reminds me of the intro to Haywire's first album, Twofold, that released last year, and then it goes into this hardcore part where Eden raps and sings, I guess, over this really nice beat, and then kicks out of nowhere, changes key, and ends off with this kind of slow piano note, which was just absolutely beautiful, and I really did like that. Eden closes off the EP with the kind of slow and emotional Wake Up, and I guess with the hidden track, I'm going to call it a hidden track anyway. He called it a bonus track, but I think it does flow very well from Wake Up, so I'm going to call it a hidden track, like on Coldplay's X and Y, for example. Till Kingdom Come was a hidden track on that because it didn't list it on the track listing, which I think was probably the same as this one. I'd still love to see CD copies of this record, but I still don't think it's going to happen because Eden has a thing about giving away his music for free, which is why you should go download it right now. And this thing is definitely just a journey. You'll finish off the EP with Catch Me If You Can, and if you get the download instead of just streaming it, you'll also get the instrumental version of End Credits, which is very, very cool to listen to and shows his ability as an electronic producer. You can hear that instead of just hearing his vocal ability, which he is probably my favorite vocalist in the scene right now. And he's going to be huge, like there's no doubt. I think I predicted it after the release of Bipolar Paradise. I'm just going to say it. This guy, he's already been huge on Suicide Sheep, and his voice is going, you're going to hear his voice in like crazy places. This guy is going to be a absolutely huge artist, and I really hope he doesn't deviate away from this style that he's going for. Like I said, I do like this progression he has made as an artist with this EP, but it's not quite perfection, so I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give this one a straight 9.5 out of 10, which, like I said, is very close to a 10 out of 10. The picks that I have are very small, primarily with Nocturne, and all the other tracks are perfect. You can go grab your download, listen straight through this. Like I said, one of my favorites, Interlude. You'll get a few different styles within one track that's sub 3 minutes, which is absolutely awesome to hear. And the title track is one of those other highlights as well. Anyway, like I said, go download it. You probably haven't heard it yet, or maybe you have if you've watched this EP, or maybe you're Eden himself. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and make sure to go grab your free download. I probably said that about 20 times, but I can't stress enough that how awesome this EP is, and to go download it. You'll easily be able to hear his progression from the last one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you later. Peace.